There we go, forgot to turn my microphone on. Hello everybody, Dread Mechanic here, back for some more Apex Mechs survival-y kind of nonsense. Hopefully we'll actually get around to building some proper mechs soon, but I need to get this base up to a point where it can actually survive by itself. Right then, so where were we up to last time? We started building all of this. Oh yes, we set up a couple of event controllers to activate the base lights and deactivate them as the sun moves around. And then we've got the inside of here, which is still pretty bare, so I think I'll start doing something with that whilst we wait for the sun. Who's in the chat then? Hello Player 1, how are you doing? Hello Chad P, how are you doing as well? Yeah, let's get this party started, let's do some daft things. Right, in the meantime, I'll wait for the sun to come up so we can actually see what we're doing properly. Let's do a little bit in here. Let's eat some more food as well. Right, so I want this to be a little bit more useful. Now, I can pull cargo through the lovely new hole in the front of the new survival kit, but I actually want actual storage space in here, so I'm going to take out one of these. Yeah, I'll take out this one. Oh yeah, that's a point. Somebody mentioned I screwed up the conveyor connection. I need to fix that as well. In fact, I'll do that first. Because apparently I put in... Somebody left a comment on my last stream. I don't know if I've had any steel plate on me. Somebody left a comment that I put a T-section underneath that farm plot rather than an actual conveyor point. Yeah, take that one out. Yes, they were right. Yeah, I put a T-section in when I meant to put one of those in. Why I messed all of that up. Right, oh, just jump. There we go. I think my space bar's on its way out. Well, put them into production then, please. Bum, what's that you're saying, Chad? Doing well, thanks for asking. How's the base power holding up? Well, there's a storm going on right now, so that's probably helping. If anything. Oh, look, we've got a green light for the first time in ages. And we will apparently be fully charged in half an hour. If the wind stayed at this rate consistently for half an hour. So we're not doing too bad. We definitely need more power though. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was... getting bits for that, and it's the wrong colour, and even though it's under the floor, it will still annoy me if I know that it's the wrong colour. And I want that one back in there, and I'm missing some more steel tubes, obviously. Don't need that one. Cannot withdraw 6. Give me 6 small steel tubes. Don't tell me I've run out of iron again. Ah, there they are. Oh, obviously I can't because I've broken the connection. Idiot. I'll just go around to the source then. There we go. Cool. That's what happens when you break the conveyor connections. Right, it's groovy. That's back to normal. Let's put that floor block back in there. Repressurise the greenhouse again. That can come back out. So I want to get a cargo container, or one of the new cargo terminals in here. So I'm going to take that out, stick corner piece, and my stream has died. Why has my stream died? Right, just don't mess me about the internet connection. Thank you. You settle down again? Good. Yeah, sorry, the internet just went a bit crazy for a second on my end. Seems to be back now, seems to be back in the green. Hopefully. Nope. Going off the rails again. No, we're having one of those days, are we, internet? Give me a second. I'm just going to swap. Yeah, man. Right, and we're back in the green. Are we being more stable this time? I think so. Or at least I hope so. Anyway, we'll carry on. That seems to be back to normal. So, what did I do? I need parts for you, and I need parts for you. Oh, look at that, we've got them already. Wonderful, cool. Right, bit of cargo connection. Lovely. Right, let's give you a name so you're easier to find. Cargo terminal habitat. There we go, that makes life a little bit easier. Where's that couch? That's the couch in the greenhouse, isn't it? Ah, sun's coming up. Ah, sun is up. Couldn't tell from the storm, and it looks like my lights have turned off automatically as well. Cool. Wonderful. Right, sun is up, so... What did I say last time? The first thing I was going to do was go scouting in the skiff to try and figure out how the heck to get out of this valley. How's this battery doing? No, it's not actually doing too bad now. But I think that's because the wind is a little bit higher than normal, isn't it? Yeah, the wind's a little bit higher than normal. Right, let's have a quick little nosy around in this skiff. I've got an hour's worth of... we've got half an hour's-ish flight, depending on how hard I'm pushing, so let's have a little nosy. So all I ended up doing was smashing my spider mech last time. So I need to fix him. There's just no really reasonable way out, is there? over here is not too bad. Actually, I could make use of that natural incline there. Maybe build a ramp up there a bit, because it's a bit of a slope, but it's still going to be too steep for any of my land vehicles. That might work, actually. Yeah, alongside, possibly. Here it does look like a decent spot, though. We do go up there, we come out here, and we're at the top of that. What have we got around there? Big open plains all around here. It's a wee bit bumpy. Ah. Ah, it's just a big snaky path. It goes back into another valley over there, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Signals on so I can tell where I am. Okay, so actually that path leads all the way out, basically, to somewhere far more reasonable. But it is a long, winding, snaky path. That's actually not too bad. Okay. So that's probably our best bet. Somewhere around there. There's a way of getting out. Oh, in fact, actually, if we land back at the base, let's put a little GPS marker or two around the place. Right, we have one GPS here. We'll call that ramp. Make that very green, so it's easy to spot. Yeah, that path does get a bit skinny in a few places. Won't be able to get anything too wide through it. Yeah, and then that leads out to here, and that's actually... that incline's not actually that bad at all. I'll call that way out question mark. Because that might be a reasonable way. But I think the ramp idea there is probably going to be the best bet. It's closer. I can probably make the ramp a little bit wider as well to accommodate something a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's much closer to the base as well. Okay, so other things on the checklist of stuff to do. Mech needs fixing. So I smashed one of his legs to pieces. Drone, mining drone, needs new thrusters. Because he's not too great in this gravity. So I need to put my modded thrusters on there. Go on on, just find it. There we go. Right, so, how much iron have I got? Oh yeah, I turned the refinery off, didn't I, to save power. I've got 20,000 iron in there. Eight in there. 20,000 iron. Right, iron's not in short supply at the moment, so... Need to fix the robot. I need a better place to fix the robot than doing it just there, because I need to jack him up a little bit. What did actually break on him? It was literally just the foot, wasn't it? Functional blocks, there's just a remote control and a suspension. Oh, and he lost an arm as well, didn't he? And he took a bit of damage up here that I never welded up. Apparently. Yeah, he lost an arm and a leg. Damn. Oh well. Right. Foundation for a warehouse then. A workshop is probably the next step. Need somewhere to build things. Now, where could I put something like that? Could just do it right there, actually. Right next to the... Yeah, I could just do it here. Yeah, I might do that. Might build it there. Right, so what do I need then? I need blocks. I've got steel for now, that should be fine. Right, so need a connection point. Let's just do something like that for the moment. Replacement, please. Right, that's a bit too long. So what have we got here then? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't want it to be that close. I want to be about the same distance this side, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That there, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be the gap. That can be the back wall. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Cool, okay, that can be the back wall of whatever we build here. Oop, too close to the respawn pod. Bum, 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 bum. What space have we got from here to here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Get off. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4, 5. To there. I hate base building sometimes. Trying to space things out so you don't screw yourself up later. Be a bit tricky. Right, well, I am ultimately going to move that pod. Yeah, so like 1, 2. Yeah, this is going to end up sticking out like a sore thumb anyway, so let's not worry too much about that. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's at least square now. And that's going to be pretty small, so let's expand that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not the same. I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Of course I've miscounted. Then we'll have to bring it out a bit as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Never enough iron. Yeah, I'm bound to run out of it sooner or later anyway. And yes, it was quite an expensive accident with my mech, Chad. It did cost me an arm and a leg. Funny. Alright, let's fill all of this in. And then it'll be slightly easier to see what I am looking at. And there you go. Ran out of steel. Oh yeah, I need to put barriers up there as well, don't I? We are running out with that. I'll just put that into assembler 2. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have gone in there, so it splits it between the two. Refinery can stay off for the moment to conserve power. Right, that's a reasonably sized building for the moment. Yeah, let's do that for the moment. Right, so where's the middle of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've managed to make it. Too long this way. Thank you. That was right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the middle. Yeah, that is the middle. Alright, so that can come out of there then. And I'm going to need a rotor with a small head on it, and that will be our little thing for picking up our mech from underneath. Barriers are only needed if I'm worried about health and safety. To be honest, I am quite concerned about health and safety a lot of the time. And it used to be a key aspect of one of my former jobs a long time ago. So while I'm on the subject of it, in my brain, let's get those barriers in there like I wanted. I wanted a couple there. And I needed a couple up here. Right, where are they? It's that one I like to put there. And that one I like to put there. I've just gone past the little ones. That one. And that one. Wicked. Two of them. Two of them. Yay. So much easier building when you put cargo access everywhere. Wonderful. Them. Some of that. Give me some more bits. How are we doing for iron? We have used 3k of it. Scrounging up 500 blocks. 500 steel plate. Yeah, so that was 3,000 for that. Well, I'll see how... Oh, you can actually grab the steel. That away, put that away. Give me more steel. Yeah, probably, hopefully, won't be too bad. I'm going to see how far I get doing this floor. And if it looks like we're going to run out of steel before we get anywhere near doing this building, I'm going to have to sort out that miner and replace all the thrusters. And I still didn't go and check my old blueprint to see what the control system is supposed to be set up like. Ah well. Effectively, all I need to do is replace the thrusters and make a new group called the same thing, and everything should, in theory, still work the same way. What's that, chat? You're slightly surprised that all of the floor blocks, except the outer edges, weren't done as half blocks. Well, I'm going to put a roof on this thing. 500 block only got 500 plate only got me that far. Right, I'm gonna have to look at this miner. I'm gonna have to look at your thrusters, mates, because that iron I've got is not gonna go far enough. We are gonna use about half of it before we even finish doing the floor. Hey, so we are definitely gonna have to look at this. Hopefully I have enough power. Why are my brakes stuck on? That is why. It's not that, is it? Is it those two? Bum, 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 bum. Enables brakes triggered by parking. I think it's that one that I don't want to have. Because I've got a manual braking system instead. Yeah, that seems to be working properly now. Okay, let's eat some more food before we die. Let's get rid of those signals. That's what I need to do. I need to disconnect you. Just triggering a whole bunch of stuff. Yep. Alright, what can I do with this? As soon as I cut any thrusters off, it's going to drop to the floor. So, let's build... not a large grid. A small grid, please. I need steel plates, obviously. I'll just build a little stand out of magnetic plates. Bum bum bum, and we used it all on the floor. Let's make some more then. Thank you. Right, steel. Ah, get out of the way. Bum 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 bum. A quick look in here. Thrusters. So I've got a group for that. I've not specially named anything. Docking controls will be in there. And we've just got a group for thrusters on and off. It's as easy as that. In theory, okay. Want one of them there. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, I need to weld it up before it'll stick. Apparently. Oh, the other one. They stick. Yeah, fine, I'll just do it like that. We will literally just do it like that. Two of them, back to back. Will that stick if I just bring you down slightly? Right angle, come back a bit, left a little bit, forward a little bit. Left a little bit more. No, it'll only stick to voxels like that, won't it? Alright, I'll weld that one up at least. Let's get some bits. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, because if I stick my modded thrusters in, they'll actually cut down on weight as well. Oh yeah. Fill that up. You want auto lock. Bring you down gently. There we go. That is stuck. Apparently, it's good enough for me. Right, then. Grind all these out then. Oh, actually, before we do anything daft, let's copy that name. Right, to carefully grind these out without breaking anything important. I've not stuck anything important to it, have I? No, it doesn't appear so. That's fine. What's that charge? Time for power. Oh, that was a while ago. My power and food's alright for now. In fact, I will eat a little bit more. Let's get them out. Let's get them out. And then we've got these little ones here. We've got these ones at the back.
Inventory full.
Of course it is. You know what, it can just go in there for the moment. Where were we? That one. Right, that's them. And we've got the four at the front, and I'm going to have to get the skiff. Let's get the ones on top. That can come out. That can come out. Right, let's get the skiff to make things a little bit easier. There we go, that's a bit better. That can come out. And that can come out. Marvellous. Right. Are those my modded thrusters? Yes, they are. Cool. My modded fan thrusters. Okay. I'm going to leave a horrible... Oh, actually, if I do it like that, lines up nicely with the... Well, lines up sort of nicely with the edge of the new ore detectors. I'll do them like that. Otherwise, that little lip there, where it sticks out, will annoy the crap out of me. And we've now got 2 blocks of space either side as well. Cool. Okay. This one's not going to be quite as nice to look at. I'll just do the square ones because it's all square shaped on the back. Yeah. Go with that for now. And then where is my large D-shaped ones? Oh, so we had one like that, 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 and that. Right, let's weld these all back up. Cool. Did I forget to turn game music back on again? I did. I always forget to do that on these streams. Put the game music back on. I don't like it when it's completely silent in the background. Oh, I need to put the side thrusters on as well. I forgot about them. Side thrusters, little teeny ones. One like that, one like that. That little bit facing up. If I had some more steel. There we go. There we go, that's where I was. Facing up, sideways, sideways, same thing on this side. That way, that way. Ooh, I've done that one the wrong way. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Right, that should be all the thrusters back in their place now. Up, down, left, right, forwards, backwards. Yes. Cool. And bum bum bum. 4 of them. You need to get round to actually finishing off the original blueprint for this and publishing it. I did the video of it ages ago, and then tidying it up fell by the wayside with other projects. But I will get round to publishing it eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. No, I need to get up top to reach them. Side thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so we'll fix these thrusters. We will remake the group. I will attempt to test it without making it explode. And then hopefully I'll get a buttload of iron and I can carry on building the workshop so I can fix the spider mech. One thing after another. Right, they're done, they're done, they're done. That gap I would like to fill in with some of them. To be honest, I don't actually need that to be an air vent in there anymore, but whatever. Interior plate. That's what I need for them. Bulletproof glass. Bum 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 bum. Interior plates. Interior tubes. Couple of them there. Couple of them there. And we're gonna have to go around again. Where are we? Couple of them there. Bum bum bum. Oop, don't fall off. And there we go. Ah, hello, Dragonstorm. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like to build weird stuff. We got. Oh, I've still got thrusters in my build menu. Yeah, I'm just currently in the middle of trying to slightly rebuild or just refit this little mining drone so I can get a whole bunch of iron, so I can then build a workshop to work on other mechs and fix up the one that I broke on the last stream. Because he is currently missing a leg. Or part of a leg, and part of an arm. Right, that's all that welded up for the moment. Bum ba bum ba bum. Let's go to the control panel. Thrusters. Hang on. How's that group still there? What? I chopped off all the thrusters, didn't I? That group shouldn't be there. How is there a thruster group on here? Do. Oh, it's the ones on the top. The ones on the top. I forgot about those. You four here, you're the ones that are screwing things up for me. Ah! Right, back up we go. Yes, it's you four. I need to replace you lot as well. Should just be able to replace them with my modded thrusters, because they are exactly the same. I just tweaked some of the thruster outputs a little bit. So you'll just be able to... yeah, that'll work. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. That can do that, that can do that. Right, that is all the thrusters now. Now it makes sense. Thrusters. Right, all of them are just going to get renamed that to make things simple. That group gets rebuilt, and then if I go to my docking controls, that group is back and functional, because you can delete groups from programming, or you can delete the groups. They will then get grayed out in the programming, but as long as you remake the group with the same exact name, delete that for example, you can just replace it again. So I've deleted that group. Those groups no longer exist in that event controller. Woe is me, whatever will I do? Just select all of them, remake the group with the exact same name, and magically it has put it back where it should be, because it remembers the group names and the associated actions. Whereas if I'd had individual blocks there, I'd have to manually go through and replace every single thruster block. Sometimes you want to use the individual blocks, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want a group to make it easier, so... Right, so that means all of those are replaced and switched on. So in theory, I can disconnect that. Take control of that. Fly it away. It's now got my slightly better thrusters. Nope. Ah, idiot. Ah, pressing all the wrong backing buttons. Ah. Great. Well, that was clever. Fix one thing, smash it into another thing. Really managed to do that. Well, at least the front of the drone's alright. I must have just ploughed the drills straight into that. What do I need to fix that? Displays and computers, obviously. Painful yet amusing. Yeah, it always is. That's my outlook on life, really. Painful yet amusing. Yes, Chad. Could have been. Hey, Blue Doom. I have literally just finished refitting the Scarab mining drone with its new thrusters, and because they are slightly overpowered, I crashed it straight into the front of the skiff. So I'm just fixing the skiff. Oh, what else have I damaged? Anything else broken? Yeah, I was just in the middle of fixing the skiff, which we no longer need, so... I'm going to move it out of the way. In fact, I'm just going to put him back where he belongs. Nope. There we go. Alright, that can lock down there. Not damaged anything under here, did I? I'm not too fussed. I'm going to refit and rebuild the whole thing. Have I played EVE Online before? If so, you'd be able to do a stream building the Titan battleship. I've not really played EVE Online. It's one of those games I've been vaguely interested in, but it is, from what I've seen, it is one of those games that I would absolutely get sucked down the rabbit hole of, because I quite like my sort of like base management, civ management, RTS type games. I've currently been getting into playing Kenshi, and that has taken up a lot of my free time at the moment. I mean, I might play EVE Online one day, but there's other games I'd rather get back into a position that I could stream them again. I'd really like to be able to stream Elite Dangerous and play that again. But my internet connection does not like me playing that game and streaming it at the same time, because that game is basically server request the game So every time I've tried streaming that game, whenever I jump between systems, it just freaks my internet out because it's trying to do too much at once. Oh hey, Orion Cobb, how are you doing? I might do a Kenshi stream at some point. I've literally only been playing it, like, yesterday and today. I think I bought it on Thursday night, Friday morning, something like that. So I've only been playing it for a little bit. I'm still getting my head around the mechanics, but I might do a Kenshi stream at some point. It's quite a fun game. The character on it I'm currently playing recently lost one of his arms in a fight, and I had to replace it with a robot one. So it's got cybernetics and mech stuff in it, so it's kind of on brand for me. So, not out of the realms of possibility. Okay, right, so your thrusters are considerably better now. Bum 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 bum. You know what? Let's just risk it. Why not? Let's just see what happens if I send docking signal. It's currently doing nothing. Because of reasons. If I manually trigger your docking system. There we go. You fly back there. You should reorient yourself that way. You should fly back. And you should dock up. Lovely. It was a little bit sharper and a little bit jitterier then because of the stronger thrusters, but it did what it was supposed to. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, I was forgetting survival games blocks are so much clangier than they are when you're playing with creative tools. Yeah, I might have to rethink that docking connection because it's a little bit sparky. Even though it's locked, it still manages to scrub somehow. What's that, Blue Doom? Damn, if you could travel and liked in-person events, I'd suggest you check out Neotropolis if Cyberpunk is very much my vibe. What's Neotropolis? Is that some kind of live event or something? Okay, right, so this guy, drilling controls, let's have another look at him. All of his AI blocks that we need to adjust are all set to the right beacon, that's the right beacon, that's the right beacon. Launch is also the right beacon. Okay, all of those things work correctly. I did have a terrain removal function in there. Can't remember exactly how I programmed that. Whether that was a manual switch. Big Desert Cyberpunk Festival. Oh, that does sound cool. Yeah, I'm based in the UK, so the nearest desert to us is probably, yeah, a long way away. Everyone is in costume for an event, a space event called the Mega Block. That does sound quite cool. I do like my cyberpunk stuff and my industrial goth stuff. Does sound kind of like my vibe. Bump, bump. Oh, the sun's going down again. Perfect time to do a field test. So, you know what? Let's just see what happens. It launches. It sets off the projector. It flies forwards. It flies down. It starts a drilling. And it'll kick out a stone that it doesn't want. And then while it's doing its thing, it is very twitchy because those overpowered thrusters. What are we looking for? We're looking for its inventory. It is going to fill up in a second. Oh no, it's not. What did I... Ah, did I don't think I increased the inventory sizes too much on the blocks. I think it's done. Right, well you're still drilling. Are you going to scoop enough iron, or have you gotten past the iron and going, no, just digging stone, so let's turn your ejector system off. You can fill it with stone, and then hopefully auto return when he fills up. Is that on? No, it's not. Bloody should be. There we go. I got to turn it off from last time. He flies up, he reorients himself, and then he should fly back and lock down again. Unfortunately, it's in California. Yes, I had a feeling it'd probably be on the, Ooh, that was a bit more clangy than I expected, but it worked. Yeah, I had a feeling it might be on the west coast of the US. Such things usually are. To be honest, there's quite a few cyberpunk and industrial events that happen in the US that I'd really like to go to, and probably never bloody will. Right, so that seemed fairly successful. How much iron did we get? 30 tons of it, and 11 tons of stone. Cool, okay. That seemed to work. And that ramp, oh yeah, I forgot I need to fix that. Just about managed to squeak its way up there, but still not great. Oh yeah, and it's too high now, isn't it? Forgot about that. Things I need to fix. All the things I need to fix. Well, for now, I'm just going to bring the suspension down a bit, and we'll deal with that problem later. Oh yeah, I need to eat, and I could probably do with getting some more food. Right. That stuff away. I need to turn you back on, because I've got a whole load of iron that we need to pull. There we go. Let's pull in all that iron. Let's get that in first. That's kind of more important. Got plenty of nickel. Cool. Food. Let's go back over here. It's gone very dark again. Power we're good on. It's literally just food that I need, isn't it? Bum 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 bum. Food processor. I will take a bit of meat. Also going to take 10 veg because I know I can consume them, and I've got quite a lot of them now. Oh, actually, let's not waste them. I forgot I've got loads of kelp crisps, haven't I? I'll take a load of them. As backup. Right, okay, the drill kind of sort of works, so let's carry on welding up all of this nonsense. I need lots and lots and lots more steel plate, don't I? Steel plate, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, and that is not going to be enough. Let's just do 1,000. What's that? Blue Doom. Well, here's hoping you get a chance to make it out eventually. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I would like to do a little bit more travelling. Don't really have the finances for it at the moment. What's that? Dale Mueller. Hello. Judge Mechanic, did you replace that T? Ah, yes, Dale, I did. I did it right at the beginning. I saw your comment, and I remembered right at the very beginning of the stream. So, yes, thank you for that. I probably wouldn't have noticed, and then probably would have started getting annoyed when one of my farms wasn't working, so thanks for pointing that out. It got fixed straight away. Right, let's grab more of this. I'm going to have to figure out conveyor connection as well, because I want to get parts over here too. What are we on? Just past the 1 hour mark. That's not too bad. Plenty of time left, providing my internet connection wants to stay stable. Well, it's looking okay. I should probably build a welding ship at some point. In fact, I might even print out my squid welder ship that I made in Mech Yard. Because if I remember correctly, that already has my thruster mod equipped. We'll have to mess about rebuilding the arms though. Because you still can't print subgrids vanilla without getting plugins and all that kind of craziness. I mean, I do use mods occasionally. Well, I use mods quite frequently, but plugins is just another, it's just a step too far for me. Not that I've got anything against them, I just can't be bothered going to that length. What's that? Oh yeah, yeah, I like the squid too. It's I very rarely do like welder ships. But again, that's because I spend so much of my time just playing with creative tools, building robots rather than doing survival stuff, so... Yeah, we might print that out at some point. Sooner rather than later would be better. In fact, it might be the first thing I build properly after I fix him. Because I've only got to replace a foot and a hand. That's only a couple of blocks. It shouldn't be too much that I need to fix with the programming on it either. What's got? It's got remotes and a suspension block in the foot, so that's 2 groups. That's really easy. I just add the block back into the groups associated. And then the arm has a few bits on it. It's got a camera, a gun. Oh, just the camera and the gun. I think the actual hinge base itself survived the collision, so... and then all that steel is gone again. That really 1,000 steel, alright. Hell. Apparently it was. Need to replace floor blocks in here as well and make that look prettier at some point. And we've now got 27,000 iron, apparently. Really? I thought I would have had more than that. Then again, I have just made a whole buttload of steel plates, so that's probably where all that's going. Oh well, the miner works now anyway, so I don't need to worry about iron. I can grab as much of it as I like when I like. Steel. Let's have a lump of that and a lump of that. Yeah, it'll take a while to get this building up and running. Well, it's going to take a while to get this building built. Welding, welding, welding. I really wish there was a decent way of making AI welding drones. Problem with them, without using scripted AI behavior, is that the AI blocks can't really target large static grids properly, or it's more to do with the way that they target them, because they target center mass of the grid rather than individual blocks, and it makes it very, very difficult to program AI welding drones that can just work without having to make them very, very specific to the thing that you're welding up. Give me more steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 500. It's 2 more rows, and that will be the floor, or at least the basic floor. Then we can build up the walls, and I need to go and get some energy, and I probably need to eat some more food. Yeah, let's go get that energy. Alright, there we go. That is all recharged. Let's grab some more steel while we're here. There we go. Lovely. Right, this last row. And there we go. Lovely. Right, so need a way of getting the mech up there, for which I need interior plate, obviously. Interior plate. Yeah, that's enough to place the block. I'll worry about welding it in a minute. Turn my lights on so I can see what I'm even doing in the dark. Actually, I'm going to do it fairly wide for now because I'm thinking of getting some bigger mechs built in here. Right, we'll do that for the moment. Right, so you're actually quite low to the ground. Well, he can still walk with his missing leg. And the leg still works, it just needs its foot putting back on. And you can still switch to drive mode. You're still just about drive. You can get up here without smashing anything else. Where can I pick you up from? About there, underneath. We are a little bit too far over to the left. Let's go a bit over there. Right, so that's the height you are. Let's get this rotor down here welded up. It's too low to the ground. I might have to build a arm in the ceiling to pick it up instead. Alright, give me some more bits, please. Thank you. To be honest, it actually might be useful having both. Having one in the floor and one in the ceiling, depending on what I'm building. Right, so that's going to be there, and we'll not have a grayscale piston. I don't want that to look like it's made of concrete. Okay, so that's not going to be too bad. When it comes to landing gear, something to pick it up. Could just have that, but it's going to have to extend quite a long way to reach it. So I might extend that by a block and put a mag plate on top of that, if I can reach it properly. There we go. Yeah, oh. Yeah. That'll get smashed by that though. Yeah, so it might have to be directly onto there then. Meh. We'll do it the other way. We'll plonk that directly on there. Actually, that shouldn't be too bad for lifting. Right, piston body, piston head, mag plate. Oh, hey, Aga, how are you doing, mate? What's that, Blue Doom? Don't know how to say this, but you've gained so much respect for the hexapod. Oh! No, no worries, man. Hexapods, think tanks. What's that? You're studying robotics and hexapods are fascinating design-wise. Oh, that's cool, man. Fantastic. Yeah, hexapods and spider mechs and think tanks are one of my favourite styles of mechs. I'm a very big fan of Ghost in the Shell, and Appleseed, and AD Tank Police, and basically anything by Masamune Shirow. So yeah, spider tanks are my favourite thing. I love spider tanks. Also the mechanics that go into designing the walking systems for them, because so many different kinds of insects and bugs have all kinds of shapes and sizes of feet and legs that do move in all kinds of ways. And oh, you know what, that'll be fine. Let's just put shear inertia tensor on that so it's locked in place, and let's also lock that rotor in place with some limits so it can't move anywhere. Cool. That should actually work quite nicely. Right, let's have a little ponder about this building. Right, I want to keep the same aesthetic, the same vibe. What's that, Blue Doom? Have you ever heard of the Lancer tabletop RPG? You're tinkering with a specialised campaign designed around the idea of all players being in hexapod walker mechs. That's cool. I've never really been much of a tabletop RPG kind of person. I was always a little bit too ADHD to pay attention to the rules, but I did really enjoy painting all the models. I used to collect Warhammer when I was a kid, but I never really cared too much about actually playing the game. I just liked collecting and painting the models and doing it that way. Especially seeing as Games Workshop keep changing their rule sets every 5 minutes. What am I doing? I am looking for food, which I've got in spades. I've got loads of it. Right, so... Oh yeah, that's why I went over there. I need parts. Oh no, actually, I should have most of the parts I need for the moment. New interior block. There they are. Let's make sure we got the right colour. Yes, we do. What are we on? Hour and a half. That's fine. I'll go for a brew break in about 10 minutes. So what did I want? I wanted that one. So yeah, we'll keep the same vibe with this building that we've done with the others. I'll have that there, that can be there, and then that can be there. We'll have all of those on the outside, and then down the insides of each wall we were going to use these inset wall pillar blocks, because I really... That meteors or spiders? Heard a noise. I don't hear any screaming, so I'm going to assume it was meteors. Usually very obvious when it's spiders, as they like to announce themselves. Usually in terrifying ways. And I've run out of material plate. Speaking of spiders, it's been a while. I haven't seen any. I'll say this, and they're probably going to come running up behind me and murder me while I'm waiting for these interior plates. Would you just press the correct button? Thank you. I'll just take those for now. Yeah, I haven't been attacked by any spiders for a while. Then again, maybe I'm getting too used to how frequently they attack on the alien planet. So they are very frequent on the alien world. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I might put light blocks in that space. That one. So we've got the light spread out a little bit better and not all clustered right in the middle or right on the outside. Good lighting is important. There we go. That can go there, that can go there. I will just put the regular ones in the gap. Dum, 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 dum. Right, that can be the outer wall. The sides, we've still got lots and lots of room in here to play with something that would have actually quite big legs, so yeah, that's alright. What's that, Aga? Wildlife ate you. Yeah, I've managed to keep myself alive so far, touch wood. I've not quite been murdered by bugs yet. Right. I'm actually not too bothered about having windows in here because the front door is going to be wide open anyway. So I might just use more of these over here. I'll try and keep the same vibe. So that one is like that, that, which meant we cut out this one and replace them with lights. Go, that's that one, and then the plain ones in the middle. Cool. Right, before I go mad with that, let's figure out this conveyor connection. So, what I want is, I'm just going to run a pipe. Yeah, I'm just going to run a pipe off that. Now get rid of this. It should be fine. It should be fine. Right, so we'll take that out of there. Bum, 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 bum. Where are we going to... Actually, no. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to route some... Actually, no. We will again rethink it. We'll go to there. Corner block, that's facing the right way, that'll go there. That will go there. That can go there. And then we can have some pipes feeding off of that. One of them. One, two, three, four. And then hopefully, because of the way large grid blocks work in voxels, I should be able... Is it? There we go. I'm going to attach to one of them. Now I just need some tubes and some other bits and pieces. Cool, right, that's all connected. Just need to weld it all up. What's that people are saying? Making a vehicle maintenance bay. Yes, I am making a vehicle maintenance bay at the moment, and just a general workshop for building other ones in. What's that, Dragon Storm? It would be cool if the spiders were mechs and cannibalized each other. Yeah, that again goes into my issue of the way AI blocks target grids. They're not specific enough in their targeting with some things. And also, the tool blocks are very, very fussy about aiming when they're attached to turret control blocks, which I discovered recently, which is really annoying. They don't like being covered in the slightest. They get really, really annoyed if you put any sort of armor blocks around drills and welders if you want to have a CTC block control them. Nah, I'll just take that for now. Right, that's you. That's you. That's another one. Right, so that's all of that. Small steel tubes. It always comes down to either small steel tubes or rotors. Motors. Where am I going? I'm going here. That's where I'm going. That's all connected up again. Good. Let's grab some more bits. Thank you. Right, so that's going to be some conveyor access. So we are in fact going to take that out, and I'm actually going to reorientate that entirely. Because I want to put a cargo container, or rather a cargo terminal, in here, just like that. Then I'll be able to get to all the parts I need much easier. I'm definitely going to have to think about what I want to do with that big hole in the floor, though. I'm going to need that space to get in and out. I'm basically going to end up driving straight over this at some point very soon. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I will do, because that's going to be the edge of the base. We'll get all the stone out, all the iron out, and then we'll just cover it in blocks. That'll be easier way. Cool. Right, I now have cargo access in here. Cool. That works. Let's tag this so I know what it is. Cargo terminal. Workshop. I'm sure there's another one somewhere I forgot to name. I think it's the one in the factory. Was it you? Yes, it was. Cargo terminal factory. Need to automate all the doors as well at some point. Make life a little bit easier. Okay, right, so we will build that in a minute. Oh, hey, Ledner. How are you doing? Right, I'm going to close that. I'm going to eat another little bit of food. Yeah, I'm going to jump into the bed and recharge for a minute, and I'm going to quickly have a bio break and go get myself another cup of tea. So I'll just leave you with that lovely view of my base. From the position of that farm, I think the sun will be up soon, so yeah, I will leave the camera like that for a minute, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. I'm only going to get another cup of tea and have a quick break. Right, hello everybody. I am back again. Right, where were we then? Oh! I forgot I'm running out of ammunition. Alright, come on then, you horrible. Oh, there's quite a few of them! Oh dear, I might die. I might die. Nope. Where'd the other one go? I can hear you. Oh, there you are. Right. Okay, crisis averted. Wonderful. Right. Put that in there. Food processor can deal with that for us. Just making spiders. Yeah, get out of my way. Get out of my way. There we go. Now the railing is in the way. Okay, cool. Right. These spiders. I've still not found a decent source of magnesium, have I? No, because I would have marked it. Damn. Okay, right. Let's get this first bit welded up. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Whatever's left of them. Hey, Dragonstorm, what are you saying there? Cup of tea with some McVitie's rich tea biscuits. Can't go wrong. No, you can't. In fact, I left my chocolate biscuits downstairs. Oh well. I'll go and get them on my next break. So I need construction components. There we go. Right, that's those corners. Let's do up these walls. So, I still haven't decided how tall I want to make this building yet. We've run out of bits. We've not even got the right bits in the build planner, as always. We'll just fill the rest of it up with that. Lovely. Let's get some more bits made, please. Ruby. Yeah, I've not decided how tall I want to make this building, because I'm not sure how big I want to go mech-wise. We'll make it at least a couple of blocks tall. That battery is still green off in the distance, that's a good sign. Right, that is another wall done. Yeah, I'm thinking of just leaving the front of this building just wide open, because as much as I'd like to put a gate or a hangar door on them, they are usually all a bit small or awkwardly shaped for the things I usually build. I wish we had some taller hangar doors. I know there's mods for it, but some vanilla blocks are always nicer. It's always nice to have it in the game for real. More parts. Right, is that this wall done? Yes, it is that wall done. Fantastic. Right. That's the bottom wall of the building. Cool. Right, time to get the skiff. We need to get up a bit higher. And I need to be able to see what I'm doing and be able to think about it as well. What's that, Chad P? You could just place the hangar doors to come up from the floor. Yeah, about that. That's a real cool idea if you are only building things with wheels that will roll over it. But the actual models for those hangar doors, the tops of those model doors are actually modelled really well, and stuff can actually get stuck in the gap. And I've had the problem multiple times of mechs with feet walking over them, and then their feet getting jammed in the hole, and then everything clanging out and exploding. I might do it with this one, because maybe mostly just be building spider mech type things. Ooh, careful. But for like walkers that have got feet made of blocks rather than suspensions, the tops of those hangar doors are treacherous. In fact, where are they? There they are. Yeah, it's hard to tell when you're looking at this model whether they're extended, but when they're retracted back in, that gap just at the right of the screen there, that gap, stuff gets stuck in it where it all slots back into itself. It's annoying, to say the least. Right, so top of this building. Let's do these walls. What do I want it to look like? Ooh, of course. Let's just stay on that platform for now. So, I would like to try and get some windows into here somehow, just for a bit of natural light and a bit of the aesthetic. The big flat, like glass pane windows, I'm not too keen on using them for buildings unless I'm doing something dome-like. Interior plates, obviously. Interior plates. So, I'm going to try... Oop, of course we don't. Interior plate. Why is that made 70? That should have made... Oh, 30 automatically get sent to the other one or something. Oh, yeah, it did. That's why. That confused me for a second. I'm sure I pressed the button that did 100. What's that? Not possible to place blast door on it. No, I've tried working out ways around it, and without doing crazy nonsense with subgrids and trying to cover up the gap in the floor when the doors are open. It's like I said, they're not too bad if you're doing something that rolls. If you're doing something that walks and has pointy feet, it's pretty much 50-50 whether your feet get snagged in that gap or not. Thinking I might put a couple of these in. What's that space here? 1, 2. In fact, let's do another layer of that. So I have that on the outside, pipes on the outside, so that's going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap. Bit from down here. Window there, window there. Ooh, actually. I cut that one out there. And we just map something out quickly, so... One there. That'll be the end, that'll be the gap. One there, one there. One there. We could have 4 vertical windows either side. Yeah, I think that might work. So if I fly up a tiny bit more, place some window blocks. Have I got them on the toolbar? Yes, I have. Right, so... I'm going to do something like this. On that side. We've got a nice tall roof on it. Yeah, I think that'll look cool once I've welded it up. And then I'm going to fill the gaps in the walls in with the stuff. Yes, Chad, I will be mounting interior turrets in a few key places for pest control. I don't think it's worth building a massive, like, Gatling turret for those kind of things. And it's a little bit overkill making a custom turret for it. The interior turrets work quite well for it. And they can use the same ammo as my preferred rifle. So I'll probably do that. But we do need to go hunting for magnesium first. I can't really do much in the old weapons department until I find some magnesium. That's going to be there. Oh yeah, let's put that one back. So that's going to be like that. That's going to be like that. Let's get around it. There we go. And as always, I jumped too far. Right, so what were we doing? Gap, thing, gap, thing, all the way along. So gap, wall, gap, wall, gap, wall, gap, wall. And I want me windows. And I can't remember which way I put them around on that side. I think it was the left-hand one, so we'll do it all with the right-hand one. And it's too bloody close and I can't place the block. There we go. There we go. So that, and it needs to be higher. There we go, much better. Right, so that, that. And can I reach that from here? Obviously not. A little bit further forwards. Okay, right, that's a sort of rough idea. Yeah, so then from there I can then mirror what I did at the bottom. Now that, and that, and that. So I'm going to have to fly to the end. Fly across. Do the same over here. And then we can build a roof on the top of that, and that building will be plenty tall enough. Yeah, I reckon that'll look pretty good. So, for the roof, let's grab that paint colour. Oh yeah, I might actually try and work some solar panels into the roof of this building. We need all the power we can get with all the mechs that I'm inevitably going to have charging, doing stuff. Do that for the roof on that side. Oh, that's the sound of meteors. Not hitting anything important though. It all landed over there, that's fine. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. We don't want to do anything else with that roof. No, I reckon that height will be fine for now. If I need to make it any bigger, I can always do that later. Of course I can't quite reach. Cool. Yeah, okay, that is a decent frame for what I'm thinking. These are the important details. I am going to fill the rest of it in, but for now I'm going to get all these ribs welded up. They're not going to be ribs forever. I will be filling in the rest of these gaps. Oh, I didn't notice I'm getting radiated again. Lovely. Can we hide from the sun down here for a second? We can. We'll just hide down here while we wait for some parts to get manufactured. Oh yeah, the heat's gone to Inferno. That'll be why it's so damn radioactive. Yeah, let's risk it. If it gets real bad, we can just go and hide. Again, whoever suggested the flying skiff building platform idea, thank you very much. It has made doing this a lot easier. It would have taken me far too long to figure that out for myself. Ooh yeah, we're gonna have to make a whole load of glass. I hope I've got enough silicon left. Let's get those other ones done. One second. What if I put some of you under here? All the way around. Oh, actually, no, because it'll be too close to that. Throw stuff my liking. If I do that, I can make some landing feats for you and not have to worry so much about smashing you into the floor. I'll come back for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that should be... I should be able to get the distance I need to keep the bottom of it safe, but it should also be close enough that it can still lock down to the docking pad. Hopefully. Oh, I didn't think of that earlier. Let's do that, and that. That. And then that. Right. SKF. That was the tag I was using for that. Suspensions. Suspension. Rename. What do we not want? We don't want propulsion. We don't need the brake signal. We don't need any of that. We do need to max out the steering angle. Probably give it a little bit more strength. Don't need any power. We'll leave the friction on. Don't need any of that, even though it's not going to move anyway. Then we need to make all of them stick outwards. It's funny how the suspensions always seem to do that when you're flying with them. But either way, ooh, we are still contacting the floor, so 30 degrees. Just reset it back to that. Although that has not reset correctly. Oh, it's gone to 20 degrees, hasn't it? Yeah, it will just need to be 0. Otherwise, it's probably still just gonna smack itself. Or I could actually move the docking connector up a block. Yeah, it's still gonna smash itself. Let's change that for an inset one. It'll be able to sit lower on the floor. Yeah, it will be able to. Did I even name it? I did. Let's take that name. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. Let's replace that with... Where is it? That's the one. Small inset connector. Weld that back up. It doesn't need to be piped in because that's not what it's being used for. And while we're here, let's change the colour on those displays to the colour scheme I actually like. Right, and just need to reset up that docking controller with that docking port. Then can I put the suspension blocks back where I wanted them? All the way out. Right, can that land like so and still connect up to that? I really hope it can. Oh yeah, we also need to re-add that. The switch lock. No, it can't. Damn. Just too high. That's annoying. They're really spread as far as they'll go. Yes, they are. Damn. That's really... Well, that's disappointing. Really hoping that would get close enough. Nope. Ah, nuts. Oh well. I'll think about that later. This thing's still got plenty of flight time left in it. And we've got more important things to deal with. But at least I can land this now without fear of smashing the bottom. Oh! Great. Oh, skiff. Come here. Thank you. Right, what do I need next? Windows. Lots and lots of windows. Ugh, wrong button. Glass, that's going to be the big bottleneck, isn't it? Or is it? No. Oh, we've actually got loads of glass from last time, that's fine. There we go, lovely. Bit too close. Right, that is that side of the window is done. What's that, Dragonstorm? If you're still thinking of ideas for hangar doors, what about folding doors that open outwards and to the side? Entirely possible. Could do something like that. Could do some big folding doors instead, because... yeah, like I said before, due to the restrictions with building large pressurised doors, I don't usually worry about making my workshop spaces fully pressurised, so yeah, I might just do big folding doors instead at some point. Done things like that in the past. We've got all sorts of new blocks since I last did something like that, so probably work out a new idea. All the bits, thank you. Where's my welder? There it is. Wait. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong bit. A little bit lower. Just put all those parts into the wrong thing. Ah, whatever. There we go. Yeah, I haven't built big like custom folding hangar door things for a while. So yeah, maybe that'll be something to do with this building. Oh, you smegad. Well done. Yeah. There's a problem with using a keyboard rather than having an analog input. You press it a little bit too much. Well, you hold it for a little bit too long and it just slams into stuff. Great. Right. Rebuild that then. The second time I have crashed this smegging thing in this stream, and I am unable to place because there's scrap in the way. Of course there is. Idiot. Right, we'll try and be super careful. Maybe maybe some suspension blocks on the side, like bumpers, would be a good idea as well. Let's put that scrap in there. Yeah, maybe some bumpers on the side would be a good idea, actually. I do need to completely rethink that skiff, though, and make it a little bit more practical. Come up with a better layout for it. That battery being there is a bit of a pain. And, oh yeah, there's all this scrap down the side. Damage anything else, did I? No, not. Right, you've made my bits? You have made my bits. I wish these suspensions could angle round a little bit further. Just so it could get to that connection in the floor. Because that's going to be a pain now, because I like it having bumpers on the bottom, but it can't connect back up to the base because it doesn't reach. Ever so slightly doesn't reach. So we're going to have to either... Well, I'm not redesigning the bottom of it again. I don't want it to be able to smack into the floor. We're going to have to redesign the docking bay for this thing. And potentially put a rotor and a small head on the floor instead. Can you angle the skiff's 1x1 wheels a bit more? Well, actually, I could potentially put them facing out and angle them down rather than facing down and angled out. That might get me slightly lower. But at the same time, it might be slightly too low. But we'll have a look at that. In fact, yeah, Sod's Law, it would be too low. I just know it will be. Yeah, I'm going to definitely need to put some bumpers on the side though, that would be a really good idea. One of them, and then we'll fill up on these. Thank you. Should be able to reach that from the floor. Need more food. Fact. Meat. Spider meat. Give me 10 spider meats. What are we on? 2 hours, 20 minutes. Oh, so we're about halfway through. That's not too bad. I feel like I've actually achieved a decent amount on this stream already. Replacing the thrusters on the drills and all that. Too many signals. Yeah, so I might try putting those suspensions sideways, angled down. Yeah, it will get lower. I'm just worried that it'll be able to smash itself on the floor. Right, oh, close enough at the back end. Ooh, too close again. Yeah, bumpers. Definitely need to build bumpers on this thing. Cool, right, okay. That's that kind of basic vibe. And I did get the windows mirrored. Cool. Right, let's reposition the suspensions on here and see whether it's a sensible idea or not. In fact, before I go too far, let's copy that group name, or that block name. Because I don't particularly want to have to make a subgrid docking port. They are asking for trouble most of the time if you don't get the thrusters off at the same time that it docks. It can end up clanging out real badly, depending on how much thruster power you've got. Right, is there any other damage down here? Have I smashed anything else? No, it's alright. And I've got a weird gap there now after taking that other big thruster out there. How big is that gap? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Actually, that gap is about the size. Yeah, it's the size of a battery. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try and grind this out without breaking the whole thing. Thank you. Shouldn't even interfere with the control seat, as long as we don't grind away too much. There we go. Let's put a warfare battery in that gap instead. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'll plop that in there. And take that one off the back. And it's a little bit more compact then. Let's get some bits. Cannot withdraw 2 computers. Cool. Oh, I've even got the power cells. Wonderful. Cool, so we can have that there. We can take that battery. We can get to the battery, thank you. We can put that there instead. You know, I'm not going to waste the power. So let's replace these suspensions first. So if I stick it oh yeah, I had that right in the way of the thruster. That was a dumb idea. Surprised that didn't burn away. Okay. If I put that like that in there, will the thrusters damage the suspension blocks? Or will it magically skirt around the edges? Help if I put all the blocks on the same way around. Do it like that instead. Let's do that. do a big burn that way. Back again. Oh, yeah, something exploded. Yeah, it was the wheel on that side. That suspension, that wheel got burnt off like that. The block isn't taking damage. Suspension block's not taking damage. Oh, it won't do once it's built, because suspension blocks make them immortal, don't they? That shouldn't be too bad then. So, if I set that to 0, so it is in the middle, I'll set it to about 10. Don't need any power. Leave the friction on. Don't need any of that. Max out the steering angle, which is 46 degrees for some reason. Invert the steering on that. Copy all. Copy, paste. Oop, that's the wrong way round. That's the one. We need to replace the wheel on that. And that one, is that way around. Right. Can I move laterally without burning out the wheels or the suspension? No, that doesn't seem to be taking any damage. That's a good sign. And... oh, yeah. Can still slam the floor a little bit. Oh yeah, I can still slam the floor quite a lot actually. Yeah. The model of that thruster on the bottom extends a bit far out for the look of it. Damn it. Of course it's not quite enough one way and just a little bit too much the other way around. Typical. Bloody typical. And if we apply this back over here, it's enough to connect, but it's just low enough that those models are clipping. Sod's law. It's always too much or too little. Typical. Oh yeah, I smashed a bunch of lights by mistake, didn't I? In fact, I completely smashed one of them off. Didn't realise that. That was clever of me, wasn't it? Well, I'll fix that later. Let's carry on with the building. That's the more important bit right now. so where are we? I need to build more of these pillars up to the roof. And I also need to remember to get into that skiff from a sensible place. Right, so these pillars, let's build them up a little bit more. Where is it? That one. Facing outwards like so. I'll do that one another 2 high. 1, 2, roof. Yeah, cool. One, two. Then it'll be the roof. One, two, three, roof. Cool. Nope. Never see my keyboard past my microphone properly. Oh, cheers, Ledner. Oh, hello, Sunny420. Hi, how are you doing too? I'm doing pretty good. Right, so that wants to be that way around. 1, 2, and then 3, and then we're going to have the roof on top of that. So let's get that out there. I need there to be something left over. Yeah, I've done a few little upgrades to the skiff. Just need to make a few more. To be honest, I need to rebuild the whole thing from scratch, to be perfectly honest, but it's functioning fairly well for the moment, what it is. So I keep forgetting to press the right button to get out of the control seat, and I've crashed it a couple of times, which isn't very clever. Right, that's about as much as we can carry for the moment. Yeah, I'll just jump over here for the moment. Oh, and the base lights. Yeah, I think I got the angles right for the that rotor light setup. Seems to be turning the base lights on and off at the right times. I did put everything in the right group, that's good. And of course we need 4 large tubes. That was the one above, wasn't it? That was the one. That one up there. Right, let's get up there, do the top of these two. Cheers, Sunny420, everything's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with the look of this base so far. It's all pretty functional. Then I'll find out I've done something terrible, and it's all going to go wrong. Probably the spacing between this tower and that wall, but we'll find out. Yeah, a little bit closer. There we go. Always the large tubes. Ooh, too close. Oh, I need to eat food. I'm starving. And I also need to get rid of that scrap. And I need my tubes back. Oh dear. I also really need to think about ammunition. I've got basically none left. What am I doing? Climbing up there. Oh, I lost a bunch of ammo when I crashed my fucking mech last week. That's annoying. Right. That is actually quite a legitimate concern of mine at the minute. Because when those spiders turn up, I'm not going to be able to do much about them. Why have I run all the way around the long way? You. What ammo have you got left in you? You've actually got loads. But, oh, the sorters. Oh, there's some in that cargo container. Cool, I'm going to take that, and I'm going to scrap that, and I'm going to make it into something I can use myself. Hopefully. What are we doing? Bullets, bullets. Disassembling some bullets for a little bit of magnesium. Because I can just use that pistol ammo, but my gun's not very good. I do want a better weapon. So I might convert it into that ammo instead. Right, have you done all of them? You're in the middle of doing that. What are you building? Oh. Right, oh crap, it was still on disassembling mode. Thanks, what? Oh, whatever. What am I even doing? I am thinking about guns. I need to build S20, that one. Ah. Oh, I see. So the upgrade system actually applies to the weapons as well now. If I want the better gun, I have to have the previous gun. Okay. Have I not got a rifle? Sure, Did I put one in my spawning mech? Obviously bloody not. No, obviously not. Yeah, I'll just make one. Cool, right, so that's the rifle I wanted, and let's make a bunch of that ammunition. And we only got what? Really? We only got 3 magazines worth of ammunition in exchange for that, really. What? That's insane. Oh, just didn't produce enough. There we go, there, that's better. That's better. Right, let's put that rifle on my toolbar instead of... Weapons out of ammunition. I literally got the ammunition. Here. Oh, I've made the pistol ammo. Oh, you... Becky, you made the wrong ammo. Did you stop dismantling that stuff? Can I remove it? No? Whatever. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong damn thing. Why are you insisting on dismantling everything that's in the inventory? I didn't ask you to do that. We've still got some of that there. Ugh, damn it. Fool. There's 40 of it there. Wait, what? Oh, it's 50, not 20, you fool. 50, that's why I couldn't find it. Right, so I've just made a whole buttload of useless ammo. Well done. Right, we'll scrap all that again. Yeah, and that's just giving me the magnesium back instead. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. That's me needing to put my glasses on. Ah, there we go, that's the rest of that. Right, that can just dismantle stuff. There we go, right. Cool. Better gun. Where were we up to? Doing more of these. Oh, eating more food, so I can actually run around. Let's get more of them. Let's produce more of that. How are we doing for iron? 15k, that's fine, we've still got quite a chunk left. Did I build all 4 speed modules, or did I just do 2? How can't I? No, I never finished off doing the other speed modules, did I? That's why it's all taking forever. Bin that off. It's not like it take much. Uh, 60 computers, small steel tubes. What are you producing? You're still on that, so that was a sensible idea. You're doing that. You're now doing that. Good. There we go. Let's speed this up a bit more. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't drain too much power. That seems... Oop, falling down the hole. That seems to be able to turn. It doesn't look like it's going to smack into the wall, so that's a good sign. Cool. Oh yes, I need to replace that now, don't I? Right, fill back up on them. Put some more bits into production. Grab some of those bits. Let's also grab... Oh, I never named the lights in here. I'll do that in a bit. Let's apply that to here so we can see a little bit better. But let's name it before we go mad. It will be Red Farm Workshop Wall Lights. Yeah, that'll do. There we go, that's much better. I can probably put some spotlights in the ceiling to catch the dark patch in the middle without having to move the expand the radius of those lights too much. That looks pretty good for the moment. Let's jump back in the skiff. Yeah, I want to get this workshop set up as quickly as possible because I really want to build the walking lamppost idea that somebody suggested the other week. I think it's a really funny and a really dumb idea at the same time. That might actually turn out to be fairly practical. And again, practicality is not really my main point of doing all this stuff. Just doing interesting, weird stuff's the point, so yeah, I'm quite keen to experiment trying to build a walking lamppost. And it's not going to do anything except just walk around and illuminate stuff. I've got a few ideas for how I want to do it. Cargo container on the skiff. I have considered it, and for it to be any real use, I'd have to put quite a large one on here. And if I'm going to go that far, I might as well put a welder on it, and then I might as well just build a welding ship. I'm not quite happy, but I'm quite content just doing it this way for the minute. Because I'm going to start slapping cargo containers on, I want to put welders on and make it a proper welding ship. That is on the checklist of stuff to do. As we discussed earlier. There we go. Right, that's those pillars. What have I got left on me? Plenty of steel. Alright, let's put in some more of these roof blocks. Let's go back into first person, so it's a bit easier to see what I'm doing. That can go there and there. I can't reach all the way over there yet. That and that, and then that and that. Do the roof up here. We're going to need loads of blocks for it. In fact, I can just jump on the roof. That'll be a bit easier. Right, so that is the roof. We are going to need a whole lot more steel than that. Yeah, I quite like putting that battery there. I do need to take that one off eventually, but I'm going to let that one run down its charge a little bit and then replace it later. So, steel. Let's bin that off. Let's bin that off. Let's bin off the pistol ammo and the pistol for now. And then fill up on steel blocks. Steel plates. There we go. What are we on? Oh, just coming up on the 3-hour mark. Okay. How much iron have we got left after all this? Down to 9,500. Alright, we'll have to play with that miner again in a minute. Or soon, anyway. Right, so let's go up to the roof. Go slightly higher. There we go. Right, let's get a better view. Oh yeah, and there's a few blocks at the other end that I need to do up as well, isn't there? Nope, missed a few bits. Yes, I need to put that and that in there. That and that in there. Bum bum. Ooh, nearly. Oh, I've just noticed my skin's broken. I'm just in generic black suit right now. Give me my skeleton outfit back, thank you. There we go. I am hungry. I'm always hungry. I need to figure out how many solar panels I can get on this roof as well for the extra power output. Or input. Or is it output? So I'll steal like 32 left. Well, that's only going to do one more block. Yep. And more steel. No, we're not. Let's make another 1,000 of them. We can make them super fast now that we've got 4 speed modules. Yeah, it's not looking too bad in here now. And then I think I'm just going to fill these gaps in with just regular regular armor blocks. So it's got a bit more structural integrity, because the interior blocks aren't that tough. We get more in there. Ah, there we go. 1,000 plates. Right, where were we? We were over here. There we go. I could use armor plate. To be honest, I want to have a little bit of thickness to the walls, just in case. I prefer to use armor plate more to decorate stuff. I have built buildings out of it before, but it's very, very thin. And it is considerably less blocks. It's only 5, considerably less plate. It's only 5 steel plate in one of them, whereas it's 25 in one of them. So it lasts a little bit longer against bullets and asteroids and things. I've got quite a nifty design for like an aircraft hangar that's almost entirely made out of armor plates. That's quite cool, but it does not stand up to an attack. It's basically like a World War II Anderson shelter. It is just pretty much corrugated steel, and that's about it. But it does look cool. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick regular armor plates down there, because I can colour the armor plates. Because I want most of the buildings to be sort of colour-coded. I mean, as much as I like the horrendous lime green of my factory, I don't want every building to be that colour. It might become a bit too much of an eyesore. So if I just stick some armor blocks in those gaps, I can at least colour them. And we run out of armor plate. Yes, there we go. Steel plates. That's a lot of steel plate in that roof. And in the floor for that matter, but It'll keep our stuff protected, hopefully. Let's make another 1,000. What's the iron situation getting like? Oh, we're down to our last 1,000 iron. Okay, we need to use the drill again. We are going to run out of iron long before we make... Yep, there we go. Long before we make 1,000 steel blocks. Steel plate. I will do the steel I've got at the moment. Hopefully that'll give the sun a chance to come up a bit more. This thing's pretty much like a sundial, it's not too far off. Though it's still going to be a while. Before the sun comes up, it'll be a few more minutes. What's that, Chad P? Lime green, make other building neon version of other colours. Yeah, I might just go with horrendous cyberpunk colours. Why not? One building's neon green, or as close to it as possible. Ooh, in fact, I could decorate it with some neon lights somewhere at some point. Get some lovely emissive glows on the go. What am I doing? Pressing all the wrong buttons because I can't see past my damn microphone. Yeah, so what do we reckon for the colour of this building then? The other one's green, the factory is green. This is going to be the workshop. I need to think of a colour for the house. The greenhouse is just staying as it is. I'm not doing stupid colours on that. I'm leaving that in the sexy black paint. But the other buildings, I'm more than open to suggestions. Garage, yellow, maybe. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the colour yellow in particular. And that's it, we are out of plate. And that is all the iron we've got left. Clever. And that is why we put the remote control on it. Right, I need to get the drill out. But I also need to put you back. Who actually? Before we put you back on charge, let's put that battery, not that one, that new one on recharge. For God's sake. Why am I... Oh, sorry. Have to lock on. Batteries. That one is depleted in 10 minutes, that one is charged in 10 minutes. Right, I'll leave that there. Charging away. I don't want to waste the battery charge. And then once that's drained, I'll grind that out. And we need more iron. Let's jump back into the Sphinx. Sky blue, orange adjacent. Yeah, bright orange. I usually do my factories bright orange, but I felt like a change, so yeah, I might do the workshop bright orange. Yeah. Well, we'll think about that in a minute. Right, so let's take him back over here. Right, so I really do need to remember to go through my proper blueprint of this. And remember how to set up the toolbars correctly, because all those relays at the front end of this toolbar are not the correct thing. It should be something else. I just can't remember how I set it up. But this will do for now. So I've made that projector that I can turn on and off. And AI on the drone is set up to fly through the centre of that. So it's just a case of lining yourself up. Oh, before I do anything else, let me just make sure that that is actually on again. Yes, it is. Cool. Okay. Right, launch it, see what happens. You fly up, you position yourself, you're dumping out some stone. As your ejector system's active, and you fly down, and you should detect the voxels, and stop. Lovely. And dig through all that stone, and spit it all out. Do the house neon purple. Colour code is 188-19254. Ooh, neon purple. I will have a look at that colour code in a minute. Right, then you should start taking on the iron. That's it. You adjust yourself. Yeah, he's got a decent amount of iron in him. He's almost halfway. And he's got still quite a big chunk of that to get through. Cool, right, he seems to be working properly. But the AI can be funny sometimes, and the return journey is always, well, can be problematic sometimes. Oh, there we go. He's triggered his return system. The broadcast controller is working properly. Cargo full. Docking. Flying back. Wonderful. Oh, sugar. I forgot about that. Ugh, I don't like that though. That's a little bit too aggressive. I also need to fix the ramp, and I also need to adjust the docking port. So again, I'm going to have the same problem. Is this sits just a little bit too high to connect to that properly, and it scraped its belly on that ramp. So let's do the ramp right now. Take these out, hopefully I can line them up nicely. Right. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to get a guideline in with block instead because it's easier to figure it out. Not gravity aligned. Replacement, please. That's the one. But it would help if I had any steel. I won't have any steel without docking you, because we ran out of it, didn't we? I don't want to have to make any at all. No. You know what? I'm just going to nick some from this block here. I only need a little bit for a minute. Right, where were we? That one, that position, that angle, with that so I can see better. Let's marry up these corners here best we can. That'll be alright. Will you let me put other blocks in behind it? Yes, you will. Cool. Right. So that's my guideline there. Bum bum bum. Right, that should be a much nicer angle. So let's get my HUD back up so I can actually see what I'm doing. Take that out. Where's my ramps gone? They are there. Yeah, the steps have got a bit of a lip on them, whereas the ramp is nice and flat. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one on as well. I'm just going to leave that set in the middle for now. Oh, that was my base lights turning off because the sun's coming up. Cool, that does actually work properly. Bum bum. Where's my ramp pieces gone? There they are. Let's copy that colour instead. 1 and 2. They're going to be much more of a pain in the arse to put down there like that, though, aren't they? Because of the connection point. I will just use a regular armor block instead. That wants to be those colours. Let's give it another stair section. Oh yeah, I haven't even done one on this side yet. One there. And then we need to put armor block under there. And then another stair section, and we're nearly at the floor. And we can just about be under that gap. But I need to weld stuff up first, so they can come out, and we'll weld up what we've got here. We will also need to put some steel into the system. Did I build? Have I got any way of getting to that? Can I get to my iron from the No, I can't get to it from there. It's all safely tucked away. Because I didn't put a conveyor connection in there on purpose. Ooh, you're rolling. Got the handbrake. Where's my handbrake? There it is. Ooh. Where are you? There you are. Yay, it's much better having a proper gun. I didn't give myself... Oh yeah, there's cargo access, it's just on the top. There it is. I knew I left a way of getting into it. Alright, we'll take that out manually. We will pop that into here. And that can make us some steel plate. Thank you very much. I'm in the wrong thing. Steel. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's still yellow. Oh, I've been smacked in the head with debris. That's good. Right, that is all. That's all done up, so I can comfortably take that out now, and then I can weld up these ramp sections. There's my ramp. There it is, we can pop that in there, we can safely pop those into there now. Move the sides of that up. Have we got any steel left? Yes, we have. Right. Let's get the next set of connection points under here, if we can. Is it gonna let me? Come on. Oh, hang on. That'll hopefully do the trick. Not just make a separate grid. Because it's known to do that sometimes. In fact, actually, no, I've got those in place. Back in free placement mode. There we go. Right, they're in place. Ow, beamed in the head again. Right, so there's nothing in my build planner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get them rebuilt. Oh, should actually be able to do that up as well. In fact, ooh, ow. Do the stairs to the side first. We do get some lights out here as well. I'm curious, what are the solar panels like in this? They're not too... maybe. mess with that idea later. Let's get this current one finished first. Before my ADHD brain starts getting distracted with other things. Oh yeah, I wanted to replace some of the blocks in that floor as well, didn't I? Actually, I'm not going to bother because I won't be able to get the line that I like either side. I might put some in the middle, but... Ooh. Ow. Actually, I've just taken loads of damage there. Let's get to my survival kit quickly. I'm getting beamed by this, this horrible storm. Quick, inside. Where the weather is lovely. We eat some more food. Right, is that done? Ooh, I've got 150 health now, I've been alive so long. Alright, let's brave the storm again. Alright, and then we should only need to build 5 more of these ramps. Of course, I've run out of steel plates or interior plates. You cannot withdraw the bits you need, obviously. And I've not got any iron left for the bits that I need, obviously. Well, this is the whole trial and error. I'm trying to set up a base, working out what you need as you go. We'll just take 10k of it. There we go, make me some stuff. Oh, let's get that and that in there as well. Don't need those. Ah, there we go. Right, stuff's getting made. Oh, we need construction components. Of course we don't. There we go. Right, last bit of this ramp. Cool. Upside down. Cool. Right, so 1, 2, 3 of them. One of them, and one of them. And one more of them. Lovely. Right, make me some parts. Let's do it first person, because it's tricky to get to. Of course I do. Of course I haven't. Thank you. Right, there we go. There's our ramp. Now, people have mentioned when I've done ramps like this that about trash removal, getting rid of them because they're a separated grid and they're not powered. I have a few ideas of how to get around that. You can just slap a battery on it in the middle, because it really won't be taking that much power at all. Where are my solar panels gone? I'll take them off here. Apparently I have. Solar. I was wondering, is there any kind of way to realistically get a solar panel in there, but the angles are generally all wrong. These ones, not too bad, but it will be too high up and look a bit annoying. It won't look quite so cool, so maybe take that out, take that block out there. And we can just build a battery in there and not worry about it for a long time. That way the grid will stay powered. Make some power cells. I'm not really too bothered about them. Power cable mod. I'm trying to keep... I think I've said before, I'm trying to keep this as vanilla-ish as possible without adding too many extra, like, block or game mechanic mods. The mods I have got running on this are literally only little tiny things like my Mech Building Pack that gives me slightly stronger thrusters and slightly stronger small grid gyros and stuff like that. I mean, if cabling was a real thing in this, that'd be awesome. That was one of the things I actually enjoyed with the Fallout 4 building mechanics, was having to wire stuff up. I actually really enjoyed that. Like, having to do ridiculous cable runs for stuff was quite fun in my opinion. So yeah, that will sit there, not using any power at all, because it's not got anything connected. And that should be fine, and then trash cleanup shouldn't worry about that. And then we can just put... wherever it's gone, there it is. And we'll just put that ramp back where it was. And not have to worry about trash cleanup stealing it. Even though I'm pretty sure I've got it turned off, but better safe than sorry. Right, okay, that's probably, hopefully, maybe a more usable ramp. Back we go. Yeah, that was much nicer. Much nicer, and to be honest, because of the width of it, those stair blocks are a really nice guideline, actually. keeping it centered. Yeah, they're actually, yeah, that's pretty good spacing. That's a good guide of where to put it to keep it in the middle. Oh, we can just about connect to it there, can we now? Okay. Still seems to be sagging at the back. Do I need to adjust the rear suspension a little bit more? Let's... That's the sound of asteroids. What if I put you up to 20? That looks a little bit better. Have it a little bit more sturdy in the back. Alright, cool, that's connecting. I'm happy with that for the moment. Groovy, what time are we on? 3:37. Alright, so we're going to have about 20 minutes left. Let's... let's go back over here. Let that iron process. Ooh, how is my battery doing? What was my power output like? Oh my god, we've got 3 bars. I mean, we are charging up the drill drone again, the Scarab. But that shouldn't take too long. SCRB. Oh no, that'll be charging off the Sphinx. SP batteries. This is why I tag everything with different codes, so it makes it easy to look for stuff. That's done, that's done. Oh, there we go. All that stuff's drained. And this will be fully recharged in 3 minutes, apparently. Okay, we've had a good windy day of power consumption, and the solar panels aren't doing too bad, actually. They get 3 bars of power. That's pretty good. I might even... Ooh, fell in that hole again. I might even consider building another battery, but you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a proper power station type thing for it. Right, so cool, that battery is drained. So we will get rid of that. That ladder is now hanging on by a thread. Because they only come in 5x5 sizes. Is it 5 blocks? No, it's 4 blocks, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they only come in that size. So we can do that and that to reinforce its connection a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. We also need to swap the battery over in here. That's the one. So battery on recharge when connected and enable auto when disconnected. We also need yes, we also need to add the battery back onto there so I can see what it's doing. And that back on, thrusters back on. Cool. And you're saying 41 minutes when I push forwards. Cool. I can probably tuck that gyro and all that other stuff under there, but I'll do that later. Lurk mode disengaged. Hey, Aga. Does that mean you're done lurking or you're off for the evening? Bum bum bum, steel plate. That's what all of that faffing about was made of, wasn't it? Because we needed to get more steel to finish the roof. We should now have a whopping great pile of it. Lovely. What we like on the old iron front. 16k of it there, 16k of it there. Let's just get that scrap metal out of the way. There we go. Cool. Alright, let's get this roof finished at least. What are we on? 20 minutes left, basically. So, yeah, let's get a roof on this. Maybe facing the wrong way, and maybe finish off the walls as well, paint them. So what was I going to do? I was going to do... Oh yeah, I was going to do bright orange for the workshop, and someone suggested a purple colour. Yeah, I'd love to be, I'd love to be able to make the Sphinx, Scarab setup fully automated. And for that, we need Keen to think of a way to make the AI blocks interact with ore deposit signals. If they can do that, then it wouldn't be too difficult. They just need to be able to detect them. The same way that they detect grids and players and stuff. But I don't know enough about how the ore signals function to really comment on that too much. Right, is this roof nearly done? Am I going to have enough blocks to finish it? I should do. Cool. Right, that's my roof finished. While we're up here, let's look at some solar panels to slap on the roof. I have to build connection points for them, but they're an awkward bloody size as well, aren't they? Let's put a connection point down first. So, it's going to potentially just have something like that. Something like that for now. To connect it. Because they don't have a connection point on the face side. So I had one of them there, and one of them there. I can actually make it symmetrical. Cool, okay, I've made it wide enough to actually do that. Because the solar panel blocks are all even numbered sizes, so they're a bit of a pain for me a lot of the time, because I like to generally work in odd numbers so I can get a centre line down most of my builds. Or a centre block in the middle of most of my builds rather than a centre line. Where have they gone again? There they are. One of them there. Oh, hang on. I want to spin that round. And I want to spin that one round. Otherwise, it's going to have the little green lights in different places. Yeah, because I want them both on the outside. And then, well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's 2 blocks wide, and I like to work with odd numbers. Awkward as hell. You know what I might just do? I might just double them up. All the way across. We'll just have loads of solar panels on this roof. And then we should hopefully never go hungry for power again. Until I go mad building mechs and automated systems and the power consumption goes through the roof. Which is usually what happens with most of my base builds. I get excited with all the automation and you'd be surprised how quickly all the timers and event controllers start to drain power. What do I need for them? Girders. Ooh, there we go. Girder. Girders? Yes, girders, lovely. Going up. Going sideways. Yeah, I definitely want to build some bumpers on this thing. Right, where were we? What were we going to do? We were going to do a load of these scaffold blocks down the middle. Oop. There we go. That can do that, that can do that. Right, I just need to weld it all up. Cool, right, that's 8 solar panels hopefully in my build planner. Then we'll get around to actually fixing the walker next stream. Don't need to do a massive amount. It shouldn't be too bad reprogramming them. Let's eat some more food before I starve to death. Oh, that sun is giving me radiation exposure again. Lovely. Right, that's all that. That's all of that. Oop, too far. Get up there. Cool, right, solar panels. These can passively get me a nice chunk of power. Oh, you idiot. Some of these... you know what, I'll fix the orientation of them next time. Because we have just passed the 4-hour mark. So I'll finish these up. And I'll readjust these panels later. Yeah, because half of them are the right way round. Those two in the middle, that side, are the wrong way round. Ah, we've run out of solar cells. No! Ah. Well, that was clever. There we go. Right, so that should be all the bits for my solar panels. I did weld that up. Cool. be honest, when it comes to this skiff, I've got a flying lift design that I made a while back. Might try and dig out the blueprint for that. Maybe we can print that off. Right, there we go. There are some solar cells. And solar panels, rather. Yeah, do some of these quickly. Not enough to finish these. Why wait for the elevator when you can just get romantic with gravity? Exactly. Just, yeah, why take the stairs when you can just jump down them? Exactly. Right, that'll do for now. I will sort out those girders next time. Cool. And then we're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna redesign the ramp at the front of this like I did with the other one on the docking station for the Sphinx. But I'll do that next time as well. Wait, give me my costume back. Thank you. Right then, let's take a little picture for the thumbnail for the episode. Where am I? I'm over there. Do. Right, that's a screenshot. So, I'm going to leave that there for this week. So, thank you for... oh, hello, Grumpomatic. Sorry you got here right at the end. Yeah, I've been streaming for about 4 hours now, so you've come in just in the nick of time. But the VOD of this will be immediately available on my YouTube channel. If you want to watch it back, please do, because every little helps. Right, so, yeah, we've made some pretty good progress. We've sorted out the drilling drone, who seems to be working properly, or at least mostly properly. We're halfway through finishing off this workshop building station type thing, and we made a few improvements to the skiff. So, all in all, I think that was a successful little session. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye for now. I will see you all same time next week. Please give the stream a like, and I'll see you all later. So, goodbye for now.